What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. We're down here at Randy's shop. Donald's car is ready to go to the dyno. What's up, Randy? Donald, Courtney's over here. So we're just going through everything today. This thing's immaculate. Y'all seen little bits and pieces of it on the channel, but we're gonna go over everything today, show you what we're doing, what are we doing here tonight. We're trying to make this thing so that when he goes to the dyno on Friday, it's able to make passes on the dyno. It's able to not leak water. It's able to make some spool up. It's able to do the basic things that you have to do prior to going to the dyno. And dyno is nothing worse than heading to the dyno and you unload it and you got a problem. And I mean, Courtney's been there. Randy's been there. I mean, there's nothing worse. You know, you've traveled all that distance. Dyno operator's frustrated. You're frustrated. So we're going to try to fix that today.
Do a shout out to my buddy Ray. This is his car. He watches the channel.
Right.
And he just got his new quarter glasses in today.
All right. So everybody likes red. Red is the new black or gray or silver or whatever it is. Let me show you this car. It's freaking awesome. Let me show you what we're going to do today. Comment, like, and subscribe. Go to turbojohnracing.com. Grab yourself some hats and t-shirts. Donald has been building it now for a little while. It is unbelievable. This car is super clean. He has spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of money making it this way. Shout out to everybody that's been involved so far. TKM, this is a motor that Kevin built. He bought it. You bought the motor after it's already been off the dyno, right? It was on the dyno. Guy was going a different route, so he ended up getting this motor at a good deal. We got Mike Moran injectors in this thing. Now those are pretty cool. You don't see those a ton. Real similar to the precision ones that I have with this external solenoid, but apparently they have really good atomization. Turbo kit, this was all done by Jason Brazzel. He done a fantastic job building this stuff, all stainless steel, 4-inch pipes on each side. Got a Jose turbo. This turbo is a 107 GT55 turbo. This motor is only 330 some cubic inches. Devin Vanderhoof, Hate Crime Racing, he's the one that wired it, did a great job wiring this thing up. It looks phenomenal. It's got MSD 600 coils on it. The wiring, you know, when you hire a professional to do your wiring, this is what you get. It looks like there is no wiring on the car, is what it looks like. Unbelievably clean, unbelievable build. So this thing is really cool. Jason Brazzel also put some new shocks on the back. What's the name of these shocks on the back? PRS, Adam Lambert. So this is a shock that is a Penske.
And his brother Tim.
Oh, and his brother Tim. So this is a Penske style shock. And what's the travel on these? 9 inches of travel. And essentially what happens is it's a 2-stage shock. So you have your manual adjustments, and then we're going to apply CO2 pressure once the car starts to separate to slow down extension. So really excited to try this. Randy's got a set coming on his car as well. We'll show some updates on that next week, what's happening with his car, and it's going to be awesome. So what we just did, just went ahead and updated the Holley software, the Holley firmware, I should say. So we're now on build 400, V6 400. It just came out. So one of the first things you got to do when you do that is you got to do a TPS auto set. You always want to do TPS auto set at the engine. So this is, now all of our cars are going to be on this because apparently I can't figure out how to download new software without actually erasing my old software. I mean, it's just crazy. So TPS auto set. Oh, I didn't even notice this, Donald. You did got the shaft instead of the cable.
Yeah.
You got the shaft.
Oh, yeah.
This is awesome. So you always want to do it up here because at the firewall, at the pedal, it may not work the same. So we just did it twice. So what we're going to do is make sure this is working properly. All right, Donald, hop in there and give it some fuel, give it some gas. We're going to make sure everything feels good, make sure there's nothing happening. Now, Devin has already set up all this stuff. Devin's already had it running. So what we're going to be doing today is just making sure that there's no leaks, making sure the transmission's working, making sure we can make it rev and build some boost. So he's going to floor it real fast, and we're going to watch TPS go from 0 to 100 here in a second. Yep. All right, there you go. Went straight to 100. All right, let off. So TPS is working. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to jack up the back. No, something he's not happy with. The thing looks like a 4-wheel drive sitting there. It's a little high in the back. We're going to have to move some bars around so that the car can drop down. Not going to affect it at the dyno this week. So we're going to jack it up, and then we're going to crank it up here in a second. And then once we get it cranked up, we're going to start it running through the gears. We're not going to put the CO2 bottle in yet. We'll do that in just a few minutes. And then we're going to make sure everything's working. Okay, press the trans brake button. Let go. So this is it following the ramp. And then you can do a strip chart to verify. Watch, target. Okay, press the trans brake again. All right, let go. So there you go. All right, so that worked like a champ. You can see it follow up here, and you can follow the strip chart down there too. Devin also, these full spectrum batteries, that thing is what Randy put in his. We were having some problems with his starting, and Devin was like, oh, that's the problem. And Devin was right. That battery right there is bad to the bone. Okay, so we're fixing to try to crank this thing up. Back wheels are up. We're gonna crank it up, put it in park, crank it up, and then we're gonna go through the gears. Here you go. It makes about 4 pounds of fuel pressure. Don't make much. Right? All right, guys, so something else that's pretty cool. This transmission tunnel is now removable, so we have easier access. Jason Brazzel done that. It's awesome. Zeus fast, it's fastened in. It's the factory tunnel, and it's just made so you can take it out. How much does that piece weigh, Donald?
It don't weigh 2 pounds.
Ain't that crazy? People cut that stuff out, and they're like, it's going to lose a bunch of weight, and it don't. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't weigh anything. So, makes it easier to get to the transmission. So what we're going to do is check the transmission fluid, but it wasn't working. But if you look, God, okay, I got to have this. Oh my goodness. Dude, are you kidding me right now?
Feel that. You already feel that thing.
That is unbelievable.
I mean, it's crazy.
That is unbelievable.
That's better than building one to me, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it protects you from fire. So that's the reason you got it in there.
Can we get to everything we need to there?
Yeah, I can get to everything. I can get to everything. Are you kidding?
You can rebuild the transmission there,
dude. All right, mine's getting one of these. Mine is for sure getting
John, hear me out.
One of these.
Can I go home and cut my car apart again?
Yeah, you can cut the tunnel out. Actually, no, before you do yours, come do mine.
Devin.
So the transmission is working, but there was some type of knocking noise coming from like the bell housing area. So we're gonna jack it up in the front real fast, crawl up under there, make sure bell housing bolts are tight, torque converter bolts are tight, make sure there's nothing, you know, that whole area that's moving around, just make sure that there's nothing like hitting or loose or something. We can't really get to everything real good, so we're gonna slide it to the lift, put it on the lift and see if we can figure out exactly what it is. Guys, but we don't see anything obvious in here making noise, but something is clearly making noise. I was going to show you all these shocks back here in the back. PRS, Precision Racing Suspension. Adam Lambert. Normally you turn these over, but the way this is built, we couldn't do it. So up here, we got an adjuster. We got an adjuster here, and this is the air adjuster. And then on the back side of the shock, and that's where you put the actual CO2. Now you see these things are super long travel, 60-pound springs. It's got the little helper spring on it here. Without this, essentially, the spring falls out. So it is just, you know, that's how you keep the springs up there, which a lot of people do it that way, so that's fine. So we got to figure out what this noise is. Alright, so Donald and Randy ordered some pizza. So Courtney's up in the car. He gets no pizza in the car. Psych!
John hands it up through
This is delivery through the transmission tunnel. So transmission fluid was a little bit low, so we put some more fluid in that. But Donald also noticed that we got a bell housing bolt that was loose. A couple bell housing bolts are loose, so tightening all those up, and maybe that's what the rattle was. Man, we're hoping that's it. We just hit Devin and Devin Vanderhoof up and Jason Brazzel, both of them answered super late at night. Sorry to bother them, but you know, they got great customer service and they're helping us out. So they were shooting some ideas for us. So hopefully that's it. Hopefully that's it. I mean, it might be okay. I guess worst case scenario, we can try to spool it, which it sounds like it's going to spool up fine. I don't think we'll have any issues. We'll try to spool it up and then let Kevin, when you get to the dyno with it, if that sounds alarming to Kevin, then, I mean, they built the motor, they know about it. So, I mean, they'll be able to do a quick diagnosis and see if that's the problem. Or if it is a problem. It may not be a problem. I mean, it ain't super loud. I mean, I'm used to my junk sounds like it's about to fall apart all the time. So, I mean, I'm used to mine, but I mean, I would... Right, exactly. So, I don't know. Okay, let's try to spool it up. So 3,200 is as high as it got. Freaking revs up clean as all get out of it. Little smoky, but that's the first time we really revved it or anything.
Yeah. It's kind of in a load, isn't it, when it does it that way too? Though.
Yeah, and there's no, is there any dump valves on this transmission?
Yes. I'm pretty sure we got that internally.
Okay. Kind of where a converter normally flashes to, about 32. You got to get it through that point, and then once it goes through that point, then it'll get up and start making boost. But the turbos just have to light off. You got to have enough RPM to get it spinning. Which this motor is tiny. I mean, it's only 330 something cubic inches.
You ready to trade your motor for one?
Negative. More chains than brains, baby. All right, guys. Well, I guess it's a success. Spool, we tried 6 times. It does spool up. We made it to almost 5 pounds of boost that time. It was almost to the limiter, but it didn't quite make it there, so it didn't start popping. Now, Donald has another turbine housing. This is a 140, we're pretty sure. And what did you say the other one was? So it's like a 112 probably. So that will probably spool up a lot better. Right. So he's going to go ahead and he's going to take the other turbo too, because sometimes these GT55s, they have bigger wheels, and we think they're the same size. But so he's going to be going to the dyno on Friday. So y'all will actually see this video on Friday. So today he's going to be at the dyno. Courtney's going to be there, dyno in his car as well. So I can't make it to the dyno. So check out Courtney's channel. He's going to post this car on the dyno, so you can see actually what it made, what Kevin done. And your car is going to be on the dyno as well. So it's going to be, they're going to leave at like 3 o'clock in the morning, going to TKM. I cannot do it.
The 2 Coyotes, how much length of timing chain is 2 Coyotes?
More chains than brains. That's Peter Harrell saying right there. That's, I can promise you that timing chain's like 8 foot long going through there on each one of them. You got like 16 foot of chain. Y'all are safe. Y'all got enough chain to save the world. Right, exactly. Right. Kevin may be able to make the tune up a little bit better to make it spool. Got to put rear end oil in it. What else? That's it, isn't it? There's no, everything else seems fine. Oh yeah. Yeah. So
Happy's got them.
I'll have these fitted tomorrow.
yeah, so he's got, these are the burn down tubes, which he just didn't have them. Pretty cool. So just a couple things. Randy, you excited about yours? We hadn't told everybody what's happening with yours yet, so we'll let y'all know what's up with Randy next week-ish. All right, guys, comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget, go to Courtney's channel, The Paint and Paper Hustle.